It was drop shipping, but we scaled that from like spending 100 a day to like 5,000 a day, something like that. It was pretty wild back then for us. This one client came in. Now it's a pretty big brand, but back then it was, doing like around 100K a month in revenue. And they were, they had pretty good offer. They had pretty good product. And then we said, okay, now we'll just put everything we have into that one brand. We scaled that brand from like 100K to 1 million a month in like 60 days. And that was like around 2020. Obviously, COVID happened, e-com sales started to go up 100K a month maximum, that kind of revenue, all the way to 1 million a month. So that was our kind of path. We just skyrocket the growth, we write on case study, and then we take more.
You have been someone that I've actually been secretly looking up to for a long time, ever since I met you at Noah Brewer's event, because one of the things that stood out to me a lot was at that event, I mean, I'm sure you remember, this was 2022 or maybe 2023. I actually don't remember exactly. But
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But I remember there was a lot of people there, and there was a lot of people, that came in their Lambos and their Porsches and like, just super extravagant. And then you were kind of just like doing your own thing, just kind of chilling, like, just very calm, like guy. But then we started talking and you're like, yeah, we've done like 100 million plus like in revenue for clients. Like, oh yeah, we exited this brand that we got equity in for like 5 mil. Like, oh, just casually telling me all these things. I'm like, what? This guy's insane. So, you're one of those operators in the background, like a secret killer, I would say, which is really cool. But I want to start off, if you wouldn't mind, where did you start your entrepreneur journey, man? I'm really curious about that.
Yeah, actually, I guess that was 2022 when we met in Phoenix, as long as I can remember. But yeah, the whole play was kind of just, all around, and we were just casually, exchanging value bombs with each other. Yeah, where I started like actually just through like.
Real quick, if you appreciate these clips and interviews that I put forward for you, then please make sure you use our Shopify link in the description to start your own Shopify business with an exclusive deal. And also make sure you check out akemulab.com for additional resources, free tools, guides, and just a lot of interesting stuff that will help your journey, even some software deals that are exclusive to akemulab.com. So make sure you do that and continue watching the video.
Casually drop shipping, I'd say, like, pretty casual start in ecom. I actually was looking at YouTube and stuff like that back then. The whole story that was like I was into like physical business. So I got into drones and shooting for real estate agents. But then the whole thing was that in Europe, you're actually having pretty wild winters, and you won't, shoot with drones and have those projects going on. So back then, I was like, okay, now I'll have to do something for the winter. And then I was looking online that, Q4 and the winter is pretty good timing for ecom. So I was like, okay, I'll just kind of skip the whole droning business for the whole winter, for the whole Q4. I'll try to get myself into drop shipping or, building some kind of a brand, just playing around. And I'm going to see like, how to run Facebook ads and stuff like that. Because obviously, later on, if I'm not in ecom, I'll still be able to kind of use Facebook ads knowledge for my drone business. And I got into that. Obviously, the first few stores that I created, like they were, complete. Like I probably did like few orders. I got like that first Shopify order notification on my iPhone, but apart from that, that wasn't too big. And then, and yeah, basically all the drone business came back alive with the seasonality and everything. And, but then it wasn't too hard. I mean, I was doing money and stuff like that, but it was like, I knew that I won't scale that to like, 100 mil, 200 mil, stuff like that. And, I kind of took the, the hard path, and I transitioned myself into like, I take all the money that I'm doing from drones and putting that into drop shipping. Even if I don't make the money, I was just, burning that.
What year was
then
this,
I was,
by the way? Sorry.
It was like 2018, I guess. So not too bad in terms of timing. You could have been like just, running static ads, doing like print on demand stuff and then still make money. So I was just kind of doing that. But then I met this one friend. He was also doing something with ecom, like drop shipping. And then we said we need to get our hands on something, like more ad spend, more serious projects, some kind of brand, like serious business. Just because now we're kind of like, yeah, obviously we're learning, we're, running business in the way, but, it wasn't that serious, I would say. So then we kind of took on a few projects on ourselves, and it was just casually managing media buying back then. Um, and it went pretty well, I'd say. Like obviously back then it was way easier, but like we scaled one client from like it was drop shipping, but we scaled that from like spending 100 a day to like 5,000 a day, something like that. It was pretty wild back then for us. And then we said, okay, now we'll just take more of those. We'll keep on freelancing until we can, build something serious like our own brand or, agency or something like that. And then this one client came in. Now it's pretty big brand. But back then it was, doing like around 100K a month in revenue. And they were, they had pretty good offer. They had pretty good product. And then we said, okay, now we'll just put everything we have into that one brand. We all build out a case study out of that, and then we all build out, the whole agency on that one case study. And we pitched them really hard. We closed them finally. We partnered up with Ad Creative Studio here in Europe, and we scaled that brand from like 100K to 1 million a month in like 60 days. And that was like our case study we were planning for. And then we instantly knew that that's where we start an agency. So we kind of got like from randomly running like drop shipping to kind of getting ourselves into agency space. And obviously, just because like we partner up with that ad creative studio, we saw an importance of ad creatives and how it can move the needle. So we started hiring for ad creatives, then CRO, then email, then SMS, then media buying on TikTok and Google, on top of Facebook, and then we kind of became a full stack agency where we had every like employee you would need for ecom and for scaling it, and that was like around 2020. Obviously, COVID happened. E-com sales started to go up, and all we did from 2020 to 2023, we were just kind of taking on brands doing like low numbers, but then looking for a great product market fit and taking them from pretty much zero, I'd say maybe 100K a month maximum, that kind of revenue, all the way to 1 mil a month. So that was our kind of path, because obviously we wouldn't be able to take on like 8-figure 9-figure brand on board, just because like they might have someone in the house, freelancer, agency, whatever. But then we were just taking them at early stage, implementing all the full stack, like media buying, creatives, emails, offers, CMOs, that kind of package. And then we just skyrocket the growth. We write on case study and then we take more. So that was that kind of thing.